Hello everybody and welcome back to Aurora Plays Pathfinder Kingmaker. I am your humble bard, Tim. In the previous section we actually finished off getting ourselves made into a Baron, but I've actually reloaded the game to just before that point because I realized there was actually one thing that I'd forgotten to do. So what we're going to do now, since I'd already cleaned out this place, it's going to head back out onto the path. Because if you remember back a few sessions, there was the, what was it? That place with the river. That guy kept giving me bad dreams. He said once the Stag Lord is dead, go back to him and we can get a... what was it? A spear of some kind. So I'm actually going to head back and we will collect that and then we'll just go back to that section and we'll skip through all of the oh yes. Not getting too heavy here. Sorry, just bear with me. There we go. Yeah, so we'll head back to the trading post and do the end of the do the Baron bit again. But I just want to see what this spear is all about because I wasn't sure whether or not we'd be able to do that after I become a Baron. So there's also a lot of little locations too that I could probably check out as well. But I doubt that they'll actually end up, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, getting rid of the missions after. Ooh.
May we have a moment of respite?
Having reached the Milky White Blanket. It's the fog again, yeah.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Alright.
Adventures can wait.
Alrighty. That was over here, I believe. There he is. Staglord is dead. Pharasma awaits. The Lady of Graves, Mother of Souls, the Grey Lady, Goddess of Birth, Death, and Prophecy. Alright. You freed an innocent soul from eternal torment, Aurora. Yours is truly a noble soul. The corpse crumbles to the ground. I'm guessing we get his thing. Oh, okay. It's just a short spear plus one. Okay. I was thinking it'd be something kind of better than that. No, we're just gonna leave. Alright. I worked across the hearth for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns, we discovered a verdant lowland with several near-about springs streaming down behind another hillside. And then, in the distance, in the center of the lowland, among the bush, there stood a single dying tree, a true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw, clawing at the sky. But what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. My lovely lady lumps. They were piled about as high as a man and scattered around in abundance. Yeah, let's check it out, yeah. The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, hearth grass gave way to moss, slow-growing shrubs, and ferns, and then sloshy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally, we reached the first group of mysterious humps and learned there were no mere hills, but dugout dwellings. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowlands, and that's where the real swamp began. On the way towards a mysterious giant tree, we saw a foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. Nature. Failed. We lost rope. Oh dear. We walked slowly, carefully, choosing our way, keeping to drier ground as much as possible. The further we went, the more difficult it became, and soon we were wading waist deep through the cattails. Oh, that might be catscales. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. Suddenly, Aurora staggered and spit out an oath and flailed his arms. He made a wrong step, and unable to pull his foot out, he called out loudly and began to sink in the vile slush. Keeping our wits, we tugged on a rope, but the poorly tied knot quickly came undone. Oh, shit. Athletics. Luckily, Aurora managed to keep his head above the water while we struggled to rescue him. Grabbing the nearest hand and pulling with all his strength, he freed first one foot, then the other. Hooray! The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, but we didn't look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it back to solid ground, and a palace sort of rose out before our eyes. A spacious hut made of mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, cattail spikes, and snail shells. In front of the palace was a wide and shallow reservoir. Its green water reflected the leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figurines. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the center of the swamp, and a firm and steady path led there through the thick bushes. At its end, a tall dry tree stretched mightily upwards, clawing at the firmament. Knowledge! Google eyes, flat heads with no necks, ears, or chins, ugly long legs, naturally bent. These sculptures could only be the work of boggards. Oh! Primitive, cruel boggard tribes had inhabited the swamp of Grund, continent far south, and Avestan is a continent in the world. Okay. Since the olden days, petless to others and to each other, they were led by the darker instincts of their insane priest king. They are known to grow young fry in pools inside their houses. Okay. The buzzing of gnats nearly deafening. We were not far from the center of the swamp. Okay, cool. We peeked inside the hut. The palace was twice the height of the other huts, and an entrance was wide enough that three could walk abreast. The walls were decorated. An unknown builder had scratched drawings in the clay whilst it was still wet. The faded scroll depicted huge amphibians devouring smaller figures, some frog-headed, others not. 3 of the 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water, just like the other dwellings, though here there were steps descending into them cut into the dirt. Oh, we got a short sword leather armor. Okay, cool. We found equipment decorating the walls, leather armor, spears, clubs, and to our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. Alright, we moved forward. It was ever so lovely to walk once again along the well-trodden path. Our soaked clothes, imagine being dry, and our mood was once lifted. The bushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amiably, with their juicy green leaves and shiny, bright red berries. A fresh wind puffed away the rotten smell, and it finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. And then the wind stopped blowing, and the thorny branches continued to move, and we heard a loud shout. Amari, who had been watching our rear, pointed to a struggling, crawling wall of green, filling the path behind us. The surrounding thicket had come to life. Its branches reached out with soft swishing sounds. Drops of sap oozed from their thorns, gleaming in the emerald dust. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and the clear space ahead was closing. Mobility. As an experienced traveler can tell you, sometimes you walk and sometimes you run. The branches snatched at our backpacks and clothes, and the sprouts tangled at our feet, but we slipped their grasp. We were too quick. Finally, after what seemed like an endless trek, we came upon a gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut into its trunk, a huge horned three-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Is that a froghemoth? Maybe. We saw an idol cut into the trunk, its googly eyes, its muzzle hung half open, sharp tooth with several hanging tongues, deep brown streaks of ooze from the corner of its mouth. Religion. There was no doubt this was Gortuna. Who is Gortuna? A demon lord fed its swamps and serves as the sole goddess of the swamp-dwelling boggards. Gortuna appears as a frog with many heads and even more eyes, tongues. Boggard portray her as a huge queen of their kind. Okay. But what's this? While examining the idol, a large, bright blue dragonfly came out of the hollow in the tree and sat invitingly on the very tip of one of our noses. It was so remarkably strange. It didn't react to our movements and seemed quite content to remain where it sat. We felt better of interfering with the sinister idol and continued our journey. Why awaken mysterious ancient filth? We turned around, went back. It was time. This time avoiding the flesh-eating bush. Okay. There we go. Interesting. Right. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Alrighty, what do we got here? The Endless Plains. I've never been to this location. Kind of sounds like it could be a bit of a problem, because if it's endless, I'm going to get lost there. But let's have a look. It's 2 hours away. Sure. And the map just repeats infinitely for the next... well, infinity, I guess. It is the Endless Plain. Ugh. Oh dear. Well, waste not, want not. A whimsical berry. In what way can a berry be whimsical? A petrified egg. Okay. Just imagining a whimsical berry as like the berry hanging off the tree as I go. Where will my prince come? I'm so whimsical. Ooh, a cutscene. Here we go. Fuck no! I'm not dealing with a manticore. I'm beat to shit.
Best of my abilities.
It's not. No, you're going to die. I think this would be a test of your ability to fucking run. Oh shit. Fuck it. Alright, I guess we've got to do this now. Inflict moderate wounds. Oh, is that a promise? Not even sure what that means. Tristian, activate your healing ability. Lindsay, inspire courage.
This didn't work. I must be doing it wrong.
Of course, I didn't click the right button.
Do not falter.
Blah, 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 blah. And Aurora will yell at it. Alright, everyone. Good luck. Here we go. We are all gonna die. Tristian, you're the healer. Get the fuck back here. Ooh, critical hit right away. Awesome sauce. Miri doing all her things. Let's activate the rage. Lindsay, let us get a sound burst from you, my dear. Aurora, I would like an ear-piercing scream from you, sir. Oh! Ah! Yay, I did it! Blew myself up with a sound burst, but yay me! Alright. What? You bastard. Fine, I guess we'll just take all the loot from the other bad guys. Ooh, a dueling sword. I can't use a dueling sword. Ooh, a belt though. What's this? A belt of incredible dexterity. What belt am I currently wearing? The Explorer's belt. Gives me the Constitution. Ah, okay. Who needs more dexterity? So you've got the belt of Constitution as well. I guess Lindsay would actually benefit from that, if I'm perfectly honest. So there you are. She now has incredible dexterity. Well, I would have expected a Manticore to be a little bit tougher of a fight. I didn't think I'd come out of that one alive at all. Ooh. A +1 scimitar will be very useful when I get back, because there is a person that I have in my group that requires a scimitar. And just as I suspected, this map is not infinite at all. In fact, it's quite small. It's one of the smaller maps I've seen. Can I go up? No, I cannot go up. There is no up. Alright. Oh, back the way we came. Alright. Yes, these endless plains certainly did have an end to them. Just go up. So we're going to go this way. We'll go around the outskirts.
May we have a moment of respite?
Yes, we're at the trading post. We're now going to rest. Alright. Now, I've just got to go through all the political intrigue stuff that I did the last session.
One eternity later.
Alright, and this was called the Barrier Peaks. Okay. Click on your capital to open the settlement map. Alright, it's done. Nothing is built yet. Okay. Cool. Enter. You may construct buildings to increase your Barrony stats. Each building has a cost in BP and the construction time. You may construct several buildings simultaneously. To start construction, select a building you need from the list on the right side of the screen and place it in an empty slot in the settlement. Buildings may provide special bonuses if you meet certain conditions. Most commonly, 2 buildings must stand close together to grant the bonus. Make sure you use this feature to your full benefit when planning a settlement. Some buildings can be placed only in designated spots or areas. Example, a pier must be built on water, no shit, and a mill must be built with no other buildings around it. Of course, it has big blades. Demolish a building to get rid of it and recover half the resources spent on the construction. If you want to move a building, you'll have to demolish the old one, gaining half the resources spent, and construct it in a new desired location for half the price. So, yeah, alright, fine. You won't have to spend the extra BP, but you'll have to wait for the construction to finish in the new location. Alright, cool. Oh, right. So, okay, so build. What do we got here? So we'll build the piers. A wooden wall. Okay. So everything's being built. Assigning advisors. Okay, jeez. Use advisor tab to assign the advisor to their position. Where are the advisors? Oh, there they are. Advisors. Okay. Oh, here we go. The regents. There we go. The counselor. Christian. You now claim new religions to expand your territory. Oh, regions. Okay, open the regions tab. Alright. Find occupant advisor. You can take charge of the claim. Alright, cool. The general. Go. No candidates for a treasurer. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Claim outskirts. Okay, declare the outskirts as part of your kingdom. Alright. Success. Add 5 regions to your land. Okay. Stats is meeting with an advisor. One of your barony reached the stats of 20. It's time for you to increase its rank. First meet with your advisor and discuss the future of the state. Click on the button. Alright, cool. After you talk to an advisor, make a decision. A new kingdom project will be available that will increase your stat rank. You can find... Okay. Curses. What's this? Okay, I gotta go to the throne room. Okay, interesting. Oh, cool, I get to sit in a chair. Greetings, Baron. I am sorry to take you away from your other affairs, but your people need you. When the Solan lands were freed from the Stag Lord, the people sighed in relief, but many are still confused by the swift change of fortune. Truth be told, they simply don't know what to think of their new Baron, nor what to expect of you. Will you be fair ruler for all, or only those with wealth and status? Well, I don't know. Let us reassure your people. Show them where your favor truly rests. Perhaps a small celebration would help win them over. Of course, you could spend some of the amount in luxurious dinner for the wealthiest in the barony, but I recommend organizing a fair for the common people, the ones whose shoulders your power truly resides. There we go. We'll hold a common celebration where everyone will be welcome, including the poor and downtrodden. This is the greatest gift a ruler can give to the people. Alright, cool, done. Opportunist. Oh, okay. Harm looks embarrassed. He runs his fingers through his beard and clears his throat a few times and speaks aloud. I heard, not it's important, but well... I heard an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains runs through these lands. I don't know what happened to them, or where they went. Unforgiving time spares no one, but the road itself is still there, and possibly not only the road. Well, Aurora, I have a request. If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes. Of course, if I find any dwarven ruins, I will take you to them. Thank you, Aurora. I will, thank you. Your Grace, I was at Oleg's trading post recently, and I noticed an old boken. Quirky old alchemist? Ah, yes. Just standing there, bored to death, with nothing to do. It's most unfortunate. After all, the old grumbler is very knowledgeable alchemist. However, he has no use for his skills, since the locals need nothing more than the simplest of healing potions. That has struck me. Why don't you hire him as your court alchemist? Of course, let's do that. Okay, so that's how I do that. Guard. Let's see. Octavia. Alright, so I actually got to head out. Oh, let's see what the capital square looks like now.
Hello, my savior.
Ah, hi again.
You asked if we'd meet again.
Yes, sorry, I forgot that you existed.
Here I am.
Ah, how lovely.
I see your fate has changed since last we met.
Indeed, I'm a baron now.
Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands.
Damn right.
I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power?
Maybe.
I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I.
Ooh.
Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins, long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. A shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers.
Ooh.
Visit me there, my lord, and come alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
Ooh. Okay. I was happy to help, and I will see you in the verdant chambers.
So long. I will await you there, as the ground waits for spring under the heavy winter's snow.
Yeah. Okay. A dark-skinned, wiry man with a weather-beaten face and a happy smile on his face. He is dressed luxuriously. He has dark hair, a moustache, and exquisite... what you got, dude? 1,000 quarterstaves, eh? We have some affairs to manage. Okay, so what is it? The advisor and Baron will spend 14 days on a special project to increase the rank. Okay, cool. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Got it. Adam has a request. So you're worried about something to discuss. Yes, I've already done that. Alright, cool. Projects. Right. Okay, cool. Rank up. Alright. Christian. Start project. Okay. Ancient Kurt loyalty reach rank 2. Alright. Merchant's capital. New merchants have arrived. Ooh, cool. Economy. How's my economy looking? Go get it. No cannons available for that. High Priest from Restov, a strong interest in spreading the stag god's faith across the region. He's eager to build a shrine. He's already doing shit, so we can't do that. Okay. Fine. Events. The eight-legged plague. Choose an advisor for this position. Requires 1 day to resolve. D15. Crisis points. Troll invasion. Alright. To the throne room! Let's deal about this troll invasion. Your Grace, I fear there's another matter that requires your attention. I've been reports of many of them from settlements in the Nell Marches. There are trolls in the forest, seemingly hordes of them. Rumors claim they are more than your typical savage beasts. They almost seem to show reason and tactics. They form groups, attack all at once, plunder the village, and carry away the peasants. Even stranger kobolds have been spotted among their ranks. They usually would be attacked on sight. I'm not certain if any of this is reliable. I fear builds mountains of molehills. Some of the rumors may even say these trolls carry torches and burn down houses, seemingly unafraid of open flames. It's entirely possible. The rest of the reports could be exaggerated as well. Okay. Come on, folk. We'll hardly heed a simple exhortation. Someone will need to go and investigate the matter. I was considering the matter when it hit me. What if you were to do it? Oh, yes, of course. Of course I would have to do it. Thank you, Your Grace. When you decide to go, please remember that trolls can only be killed with fire and acid. Yes, I do remember.
Trolls who didn't fear fire? That sounded terrible, and dangerous, and terribly dangerous. If we couldn't rein them in, our young Barrony would be eaten up in a snap.
Okay. So what other affairs we have to deal with? The troll invasion. Right. What's the other event? Recent dream has recently been troubling the Baron's slumbers. He sees valiant heroes entering an ancient ruins and ascending under the ground, never to return. Their faces show stern resolve, their lips pinched thin. Angry red sun follows the heroes into the darkness, casting his fleeting evening rays upon them. Just before waking, the Baron hears a faint whisper, "Come to me, hero, I await you in the tenebrous depths." Now someone else wants a little piece of this Baron. Alright. Time to go adventuring. Ah! Main square. So we need to go pick up the alchemist from the trading post. And you don't have any bottles of anything, do you? No. What have we got in our tavern, I wonder? Ah, hello. It's in silent, hangs over the house. No, not now. Oh. The turmoil is suddenly over, but you fear in her eyes. It's you! I want to say well, please don't be afraid. You can tell me the truth. What the hell's going on? I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule? He knew it wouldn't be impossible to keep. Come what may, you should know that the person you know me by is Cassie. Does not exist. My real name is Kaliki, and we... Long story, and such stories are better told besides a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? Sure, let's go. Stories by the fire. In the deserts where I was born, my fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, all they heard from other travelers, and the whispered carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We were hellspawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests of Quildra, the westmost area. All right. Unblessed by lightful, merciful Serenray, the Everlight. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans. All but outcast, disowned. We were 13 when we left and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed in relief. My sister and I were twins, but it's different as the sun and moon. Her name is Kenora, which means silent flame. She is fire and cold fire. As one that turns everything to ash, I'm a river, and it brings me joy to give water to tired travelers and nurture green shoots. But when I flood, I am bound to bring death. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to the divine Nerethes, the all-seeing eye. And by his mercy, we now live. In turn, while one of us is here, the other sleeps in the other plane. When she wakes up, she switches places, just as you witnessed. Okay. So this is why you didn't remember me when you were talking to Jamandi. How could I remember you? I never met you at the time. That was Kenra. She was the one who talked to you at the reception and helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other notes recounting the detail of what happened, describing any friends that Cassie had made. But that time, we switched right in the middle of the mansion, engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. She didn't have time to write any notes. Alright, so what can I do to help? It's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Karina was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing I value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by Teldan raiders. Mighty Emperor of Teldor, one strength. Okay. From respected Quadrant Temple. It's an unusual relic called the Disk of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story when it was created from shadow that hides the sun and moon, but I didn't think it could be true. Nerith is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temple are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc long ago in the distant past. According to the legend, it gave its owner control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in the world, and they could switch between. You see why we so desperately wish to find this disc. It might help us understand how to switch between me and how the switch works. And it should make our divine patron happy, Nerith, and his assassins value and desire to understand magic above all else. Alright. Now, well, if this can help you, then I agree. Just thank you. I will wait for you there at Sorrowflow, and please, let's explore the ruins together. Just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Canathes condition once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. Alright.
I'm off.
Is anyone in the tavern? Nope. Bugger all. Here I go, running in slow motion. Ooh, a little chest over here, though.
A trivial task.
An old diary. Okay, so it's the diary of the tiefling woman. Oh, cool, I leveled up. Which means that everyone leveled up. God damn it. Alrighty, well it seems we now have a few directions to go. We've got a troll group to defeat, as well as finding some dwarven ruins and locating this this disc. So I think this might be a good stopping point for today's session. We got a fair bit that we need to do, and I've also got to level up all the characters now since we've gotten to that point. That's going to take a little bit of time, so I'll do that in I'll do that off stream. But yeah, things are getting interesting. I've certainly got some goals for items that I now wish to purchase, so yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I have been your humble bard, Tim, and be sure to come back for the next session of Aurora Plays Pathfinder Kingmaker. Bye!